because we haven't answered all the questions. We haven't gotten into the why. Okay, we know the individual was also into cyber gaming in that regard, and group gaming in that regard. So we got a lot of questions are out there, and we're seeking answers. But we've got an obligation. We'll continue to update you when we find something.
That is your boy Andy Matrix, and here we go again. Here we freaking go again. Another politician just blaming violence on video games. So as you already know, the school shooting in Texas was very devastating. It was very sad. You know, a lot of young lives were taken, and this crazy kid, you know, just decided to pick up a gun and start and just shoot up his school, right? And naturally, the politicians always go back to blaming video games, right? And I think one of the reasons that they do this is because they know this is what people want to hear, but not just anybody, okay? They want the parents, you know, the boomers, the Gen Z, the not Gen Z, the Gen X, Generation X, and the boomers. You know, they love hearing this stuff. Like, yeah, you see, kiddos, I was right. It's those video games that's making kids go crazy.
Stop it. Get some help.
So every time this happens, politicians, you know, they get the most ratings. You know, I think you also gotta remember, guys, there's been two shootings in 2022, right? There's already been 2 shootings, and this is all happening before an election. I want you to keep that in mind. This is all happening before an election. Okay? A shooting before an election, and these politicians, they want to blame it on video games. So check out this clip.
Tragedies like the events of this week are a mirror, forcing us to ask hard questions, demanding that we see where our culture is failing. Looking at broken families, absent fathers, declining church attendance, social media bullying, violent online content, desensitizing the act of murder in video games, chronic isolation.
You see what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. It's like from the 90s. They've been doing this since the 90s. And they're still blaming it on video games. It's like they don't look at the data, and no matter how much data you show them, how much proof, they still go back to the same shit. You know, and it's just a boomer habit. I think it's just a boomer habit or a Gen X habit that they have this nostalgia or this idea that playing violent video games, you know, causes young kids to go crazy. What if I show you a chart? Let me show you a chart. Check this out. Take a look at this chart. This is from Vox, right? Look at the video game revenue. Video game revenue has been increasing in Japan, South Korea, United States, United Kingdom, and the only country that has the most violent gun deaths are in America. And you also have to remember that in America, guns are part of our culture. You know, the same with that you know, the samurai and the katanas are part of Japanese culture. Guns are part of American culture since the 1700s. Since the time of George Washington, right? Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Here's another chart. This shows violent crime rate in video game sales since 1998 to 2015. As video game sales go up from 1998 to 2015, and strangely, violence around, you know, with young people has actually gone down. So if you look at the little dots, the little blue lines going down, that's the crime rate going down instead of up. So young people are actually committing less crimes since the 1990s, ever since video game sales. So actually, let's thank video games. Let's thank video games for keeping our kids indoors and out of trouble. How about that? Let's do that. Actually, here's another chart. I'm going to show you guys another chart. This is going to blow your mind. More data. Okay, the red line shows us that video game violence. So the data shows us the belief, right? The belief of video game violence has been going on. So every year you have more people believing that, or especially, especially parents, older people, believing that gun violence, video game violence is actually encouraging kids to, to go out and cause trouble, right? But the blue line shows us that violence amongst young people has actually been going down. So what's going on here? I mean, do these politicians, do these people not look at the data? Do they not look at the data and really think about what they're saying? I swear, it's like they say this just to appease to the parents. And if you look at the video, the speeches that they were giving in the videos I showed you, that's what it seems to me. Yeah, let's blame it on video games because it makes the parents happy to hear that. It's an old politician trick. It's an old speech. But whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below, like this video, and subscribe to the channel for more notifications. Make sure to hit the notification bell. I talk about anime, manga, video games, geek culture, and Japanese culture. So stay tuned, guys, for more content. And I'll see you in the next video. This is Andy Matrix. Godspeed.